August 25th workout breakdown. There's a lot going on. I'm not going to go over any of the Urban Legend stuff in the video. It's not the purpose of the videos, but it is the 6th overall workout of 8 of the Urban Legend Plus leg workouts, and is also the first day of the 8-week regular Urban Legend training that'll run right into the 9th week, which is a taper week. And then the actual Urban Legend itself, which is more predicated on volume, capacity, and endurance, whereas the Urban Legend Plus was strictly for strength training and hypertrophy. So that being said, this workout is neat. Kind of very unique, to say the least. I don't think I've ever done anything quite like this. I feel like in terms of layering, I did a pretty good job here of layering and getting everything in layer by layer throughout this workout that I wanted initially, and that's why I kind of want to make this video to explain that to you. So I wanted to do bricks, again, biking into a run, which we definitely accomplish here. I also like the mental setup, like the mental deposition of knowing that you're going to descend as you go. I think it makes it a lot easier on people round after round, knowing that they continue to go down, which we also achieve. So of these 3 block fires, they will continue to descend as you work your way down. So achieve that one as well. And I also wanted it to be goal related. Like I'm not a big fan of open-ended things that are just time-based. I like it's much harder to implement, especially aerobically, goals that fit time caps and structures, but also still, allow people the motivation or ambition to try to achieve those goals, if that makes any sense. But I think did a pretty good job on that right here. I guess we'll find out when we go to do it. It should clock out well. I'm more interested in just the amount of people that kind of find like that little extra drive to kind of, hit a certain calorie cap or time cap, just because it's an option rather than kind of just going through the motion when it's simply just time. So Blockfire is going to start with 40, 50 calories bike, female, male, and then you go directly into a run. And you do have autonomy here to decide how far you'd like to run. So you have not only the biking goal, so everybody has to hit the bike calories first. That's kind of like step 1. And then you get the autonomy to kind of manipulate the run based off of how much time you have left and how your capabilities align with that amount of time, which is kind of neat. Like, again, I don't think I've ever pulled anything like this off in a workout. It's 8-minute total cap. So if it takes you, 4 minutes to do the 40 calories as a female, that means you have 4 minutes to run. And the beauty of this is if you can't finish 800 meters in 4 minutes, like you could drop it to 700 meters, or you could drop it to 650 and really give yourself something to strive for with that remaining amount of time. And then there's obviously people that could probably do the 40 and 400 and, they're just racing against the 8-minute clock. And then there's some people that probably aren't overly strong bikers and it's going to take you 5 minutes to do the 40 calories bike. You now only have 3 minutes to run, and maybe that puts you more in the 400 to 500 meter range. Regardless though, I like the concept of you have to finish the bike, and then you can kind of manipulate the run once you get there based off, again, your capabilities and the time you have remaining. Another big pet caveat, obviously, anybody that watches these videos consistently knows I don't like to just do like busy work. Whatever we're doing needs to make sense from a volume and a weight standpoint. So this block being 18 minutes gives us enough time at the bottom. You should be able to get through, even if it takes you a full 8 minutes, you got 10 minutes at the bottom with no baked in recovery. You should be able to rip through 3-4 rounds of this without too much of an issue. Kept the front squats pretty light for that exact reason, and the fact they're coming off of a brick. The 8 deadlifts, I almost use the same way as the front squats, but I decided against it. I think it's just too big of a weight change for the deadlifts. I'd rather people use their normal 50-60% on the weights, the deadlifts, than their 40% on the front squats, which could be really, really light relative to what the deadlift weight should be. And then the 8 bench or box overs. Remember, when it's bench or box overs, just straight up, it means you can get over the box any way you'd like. You just got to get over. You can jump over the box, jump up to the box, step over the box or bench, whatever you want. And I put on turf if possible, simply for fluidity purposes. And then moving into the structure is the same. So we dropped down to 6 minutes. All right, so you guys know it's getting shorter. We drop the calorie count, still have to achieve the calorie count, and then you have the opportunity to manipulate the run again, given capability and whatever time you have left. Knowing it's a 14-minute block, if it takes you the full 6, you got 8 minutes to work on this AMRAP at the bottom, where I did actually put in a baked-in recovery. So you do want to, try to perform those walking lunges with as much weight as you can handle. And I didn't write in here the gold standard weight of 35s and 50s. It just didn't really fit anywhere. But 35s and 50s, you're watching this video, get as close to those weights as you can. And the belly burpee, 60-second rest, and just repeat for the remainder of time. The last block, 4 minutes, a little bit more bursty, still definitely not a sprint. Like, the calorie count is still too high, I think, for most people to really approach this at like anything above 75% output. There's always people that can probably go 80, 85, but to each their own. For the most part, generally speaking, you're probably 70-75% here, especially given where this lands in the workout. Again, followed by the 200 to 400 meter run that can be manipulated. And then the bodyweight squats. I actually like to finish this kind of. I had no intentions of doing bodyweight here. I kind of just came with this like last second, and I really like where this lands. I think at this point, the amount of fatigue that's probably set in, your third brick. Seeing what kind of capacity and muscular endurance you have with these bodyweight squats with your remaining, could be a little over 6 minutes. It's kind of fascinating. And again, another little mental hurdle to see if you can get not just to 100, but past 100 and closer to 150 with that remaining amount of time. So as long as you're using full range of motion, I like it. Regardless, I'm really excited about this workout. Hopefully y'all feel the same.